Hey travelers, welcome back to my channel. If you're planning on traveling in 2025, this video is for you, and you're going to want to stay till the end because I'm also going to go over some airline requirements that are going to be implemented in 2025 that are going to dive into your travel budget, but I'm also going to share with you a great item that's going to save you a lot of money. In 2025, there are a lot of restrictions that are going to be implemented that were going to be implemented the last few years, but are definitely going to be implemented in 2025 that involve some fees and some applications that are going to enable you to travel to countries that you normally could travel to, maybe without a visa or anything else. So let's get started. Europe has been planning on implementing the ETIAS visa waiver system for the last couple of years. They pushed it off until this year, and now they pushed it off and will be implementing that in 2025. You can think of the ETIAS as an online waiver, meaning that it's not technically a visa, but it's a waiver so that you don't need a visa. Even though many of us did not need a visa to go into these countries, it is something that you will need to go into the Schengen area of Europe. And these are certain countries within Europe that are going to require the ETIAS, and that does not include the United Kingdom, which we'll go over that in just a minute. U.S. citizens over the age of 18 and under the age of 70 will pay $8 for their ETIAS. It will last you for 3 years or until your travel documents expire, whichever comes first. Also, a new system that they're putting in place is the EES. It's an electronic system that validates your passport. So in the years before, when you went into Europe, they would actually come in and open up your passport and stamp it. They are no longer going to be doing that, and they will be utilizing an electronic biometric system to recognize your biometrics, like your face, to allow you to travel back and forth between the areas in the Schengen region. So that will be implemented in 2025 as well. If you're going to be traveling into Great Britain, you will need something called an ETA, or an electronic travel authorization, and that will cost you $10. This will allow you to travel within the Great Britain countries, but it is not the same as an ETIAS. You'll need something different if you're going to be leaving, say, Great Britain and going into France. You'll need an ETIAS to do that. However, if you're coming into Great Britain from France, you will need an ETA. So a couple of extra things you're going to need if you're going to be traveling through the European countries and Great Britain. Starting on May 7th of 2025, U.S. travelers will have to have a real ID to be able to travel within the domestic United States. Now, you could also use a passport or a passport card, but a regular driver's license will not allow you to go through TSA security. So make sure you get that real ID done quickly if you don't have a passport or a passport card. For those of you who want a passport card, there is a card you can get so you don't have to carry your whole passport that'll allow you to travel within the United States. Also, it'll allow you to travel by sea or by car into Mexico and Canada. It will not allow you to travel by air into those countries, but by sea and by car into those border crossings. I usually don't carry my passport on me when I'm in the United States because if it gets lost, that really means I have to pay for a new one before I can travel anywhere else. So I do carry a passport card as well as my real ID when I'm traveling in the United States. So I have two forms of identification on me when I'm traveling. This is Holy Year, which means if you're traveling to Rome, it's going to be crowded. They're expecting something like 32 million people to be in Rome for Holy Year this year. There are a lot of short-term rentals that are opening up, but you're going to want to book early, and you're going to want to be very careful to avoid any scams when you're booking. So just check things out very carefully before you book, and book early for Holy Year. Asia is also an area where some countries are applying new travel restrictions. For example, Thailand is implementing an ETA very similar to Great Britain for you to have some sort of authorization and verification before you travel into the country. Japan will also be implementing a Japan electronic travel authorization system, but it's not going to be until 2030. Although for some of us who start to plan ahead for those trips, like sometimes years ahead, you just might want to think about those things and understand those are probably going to be coming to effect in the next 5 years. Also, there are certain countries like Zanzibar who are requiring that you have travel insurance before you enter the country, and they will check for that. So just check each region before you go to see if there are any new updates that kind of creep up during the year, to see if something like travel insurance is going to be a requirement, because you will be required to have that before you enter the country. Before we go into the airline changes that are happening this year, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is VELOTRIC. Recently, I discovered the beauty of an e-bike. This bike has allowed me to travel in my metro region, in the cities, as well as hop on trails to get some exercise. I love that this bike is really comfortable with a nice wide and cushy seat that gives me a comfort ride. And I also like that it has a rack for me to be able to carry groceries and bags when I'm running errands. I also like these fenders, which are great during the rainy season to keep me from having mud splashing up on me. And the upright ride is one of the main reasons why I chose it, because it keeps me feeling stable while I ride. All of the controls are handy for me, and a display makes it really easy for me to ride this bike. My other favorite features are the range that I can get on this battery, which is 75 miles, as well as 1100 watts of power and the top speed of 28 miles per hour. Also, this is pretty much waterproof. It's going to allow me to ride it through all kinds of puddles, and the low step through is going to help me with my knee and my back to get on the bike. Now, I'm probably not going to be riding 75 miles, but it's nice to know that on a charge like this, I can get a lot of errands done throughout the week and probably charge it one time and get a lot of rides out of it. So that is also really important. I didn't want something that I would ride 15 miles and it would be dead, and then I just have to pedal all the way back. So that was also key to me. Their site will show you the range of styles and types of bikes they have, as well as color and size options and accessories. So make sure you visit the site to see what's great for you. If you're in the market, or you have someone you love that wants to bike and has an e-bike, especially if they have a back or knee problem, I highly recommend this bike. It's been something that's given me the freedom to get back to exercising and doing my normal things without hurting my back or my knee. And it's just one of the best things that's happened to me this year. VELOTRIC is having their holiday sales right now, so it's the perfect time to get an e-bike for you or someone you love for the holidays. All right, let's get into some airline changes that are going to affect your bottom line when you're planning your travel adventure, and that's charging you fees for your baggage. That's right. So if you're buying a basic economy fare with some airlines, they're going to start charging you a fee to bring in, let's say, a roller bag to put in the overhead bin. They will allow you to bring a personal carry-on, and there are size restrictions, and you should check on those. As far as I've checked, there are no weight restrictions for your personal carry-on, but there are size restrictions, so check on those. But if you want to bring a roller bag or anything in the overhead bin, they're going to charge you about $35 for the first. If you want to bring more, they're going to charge you like $50 for the second. And if you don't plan ahead and tell them that you're going to be having an overhead piece of luggage, I think they're going to charge you like $65 once you get to the gate or anything like that to be able to put this in the overhead bin. So plan ahead, plan your budget ahead. If you're doing basic economy, you're going to pay extra, or you can upgrade to like a premium economy flight where you can bring something like this on board for the cost of your ticket. Also, Ryanair is going to be eliminating their paper system for boarding passes. They'll be using a mobile system only. So make sure you get that app on your phone so you'll be able to get your mobile boarding pass so you can board your flight. Forgetting to check in online is going to incur a £55 fee that you will need to pay because you didn't check in online. So there are little things that are going to just start to add up on these fees that are going to eat into your travel budget. And you can see, like, just going on one trip to and from with a $35 bag fee for each bag, that's $70 for one trip. And if you're doing multiple legs, it can cost you a lot of money. But there are solutions, and I'm going to share one with you now. Most of us travel with something like this, which is carry-on only, which is a personal carry-on and a roller bag. But if they're going to start charging me for this roller bag, it means I'm going to effectively pack this and utilize something like this, which is a jacket that's going to act as luggage for me. This, my friends, is your new piece of carry-on luggage. This is a jacket that has 16 different pockets in it to allow you to pack a lot of things into this jacket and still have a nice jacket to use on your travel adventures, to use as a windbreaker or as a raincoat when you're traveling. It's currently a Kickstarter project, and we're looking for people to come on board. And I actually did a travel adventure where I wore this jacket and just a backpack and did a week with it and had all of these pockets with clothing that allowed me to get through my travel adventure for a week. I'll put a link to that video right up here so you can see how I packed it and see how this jacket works. It's a wonderful jacket that has some nice stretch and give. It has zippers and snaps. It has some nice material that's waterproof so that you can use it on your travel adventure as a rain jacket or as a windbreaker. I like the length of it, and it comes down to just about just below my knees on my little 5'4" frame body. I did buy a size up so that way when I packed it I had a lot of extra room. And you can adjust your packing how you want. You can pack it all the way or just pack a few pockets for what you need, but it gives you some versatility to be able to get some things with you and still pack just a personal item on your travel adventures. So I'm going to leave a link in the video description. Go and take a look. We'd love to have you as a backer and to get one of these jackets so you can travel with it. It's really comfortable. I've been really happy with this jacket. It's something that I've even worn just out and about. As you can see, it just hangs nicely as a jacket. But if you check out my video, you'll see me wearing it fully packed and how I got through TSA with it. So check out that video. I hope you got some great information to plan your travel adventures for 2025. I'll put links in the video description to some of these things I've been talking about so you can do a deeper dive and get a little bit more information to plan your travel adventures. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. And if you could, hit the subscribe button because I put a new video out just about every week about travel, packing, hacking, and gear. Until the next time, remember to juice life, drink the joy, keep life simple. Plan 2025 travel adventures carefully. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.